As soon as I loaded the game in, this gunfire started. Hello everyone, welcome back to the show. I am your charming, self-proclaimed yet still humble host, Mukluk. And today, we are back in Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. And for those who were not here last time, excuse me, there was a little bug that was kind of funny. And what it was just to catch you up, this is a character, this is their inventory. The pets also have an inventory. Now the pets' attacks, you can't unequip this thing. It doesn't come off, but it's like talons, you know? This dog, his claws were missing. And they weren't like in a bag and could be re-equipped anywhere. They were just gone. So he couldn't attack anymore. And there was a lot of people reporting on the forums, yo, my dog can't fight anymore. And they were having troubles with the game. And I had to wait a few days for a patch. Fortunately, that lined up really well with the Guild Wars 2 drops. So I was just, you know, streaming Guild Wars 2 for the drops. And they fixed it. It's been patched. The dog got his claws back. We're good. He's no longer slapping people. So, we are back on the, what is this, Dargonis, I think? Where a bunch of people are attacking my empire. And it is time to try to put a stop to this. There we go. Muck, how's family member today better? Yeah, Lady Luck is doing good. She is up and about, seems to be a-okay. Alright, let's... A few folks over here. This is kind of awkward. Am I in combat with him? That's the lady I'm trying to stop. It looks like I'm in combat with these guys right now. Alright, Jay... Heinrichs... Alright, that's all fun. Alright, start battle. I'm glad. Me too. Alright, putting down some buff areas.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Okay, and give a extra turn to Heinrichs. And Heinrichs is going to cast a regen on the whole group. And then it is her turn.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
She's just gonna zap that guy a few times. He takes a swing at Muck. That guy runs over with burst fire. Oh, there's a few more dudes there that weren't in view earlier. Let's see, Kibbala's turn.
A dance of blades and shadows.
I can't use Blade Dance because she's standing too close to the rest of the party members. She'll cut the team up.
Brings me no pleasure.
That works.
As honor ordains.
Alright, now we can Blade Dance. A few hits. And there. Shot my dog. How dare you? I just got my dog patched. Alright.
Get me a
Let's move here. And how do we want to do this? Alright.
Go on, beast.
Armor buff on the team. Do that buff on the team. Warp speed. That's like quickness on the team. And is that gonna hit? I don't think that will hit from here. Alright, just zap him. Okay. Muck, welcome back. Thank you, Samuel. Surprised you didn't skip the morning stream? No, man, I needed to sleep a little bit, but I did really, really want to be here. That was a lot of damage. So I slept for like an extra hour, which got me a total of like 7 hours of sleep, which is enough. It's enough. Alright, let's try this out. So, I'm gonna go here, and we're gonna use Apprehend.
Even I won't do that.
And then Swing.
A predictable downfall.
And then Protect on Self, which should make the dog attack. And then Taunt.
Let's see. A wicked thought.
And then just a few buffs on self with the last of his stuff.
Within the schemes.
Okay, Jahir, let's see, Jay. Gonna do Medicae signal from this, and then move it over here to the middle of the party. And give
Tell me,
Kibilla
and
an
if
extra
he's done.
turn, and have her... Oh, okay, Blade, that's from over there. There we go. Alright, all their shooty guys up here are gone. Now we've just got a few down here, as well as... That's the big enemy. That's the enemy boss, if there is such a thing in this battle. Okay.
A maelstrom of madness.
Let's do that.
What if?
Alright, move, move, move. Use that on Muck.
The storm approaches.
Hey, Mega Chad, is the wife doing okay? Yes. Yeah, she is actually upstairs on treadmill right now. So she is up and moving around. She seems to be a-okay. My kid woke up at 3 a.m. sick, so I slept 4 hours. Oh gosh. Yeah, oh man. The first year that I was a parent, my kid
Battlefields
never
are
slept through the
always
night.
drowned in scarlet.
And we tried so much. We tried so much. This did not work for us.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
Okay, what do we got here?
Isn't this a job for the sirs?
Zap.
I'm not accustomed to being
Zap.
ordered around.
And give Pascal an extra turn.
Request denied.
Alright, bird attack there. Missed the shot.
Follow my lead.
Morning, Mark. Morning, Joe. I'm lucky by 6 months they both were doing full night. That's great. Yeah, we were like, as I said, oh wow, she's got so much movement. As I said, we were at,
Death comes in
like,
sight.
you know, he was like a year old before he
I
started
shall
sleeping
not
through the whole
fail.
night. It was really
As
rough.
caught by the web. Trust me.
Alright, that's all the damage she can do that turn.
I'll put my psychic abilities to use.
Okay, run over here.
Do my bidding.
Do that, and...
Your turn.
Zap.
I won't do that.
Zap. Alright, Pascal's turn.
Abide in the host of blessed creations of the Omniscient.
Okay, he gets a few shots off. Let's see, all three of our kids are doing full nights about 4 months. We played a Rain CD at night, good volume, so they're like 7. I admit we never tried a Rain CD. We never tried that. Alright, so let's do Apprehend. 0.
A wicked
Swing.
thought.
Dog hits again. And then Protect. Dog hits again. And Taunt. Shield up. Could put the Sworn Enemy debuff on Lady Navigator. And then shield up in her direction.
Watch my back.
So you relocate. I can't move over far enough right now. See, Finest
Wanna see
Hour
a
on
trick?
Cabela. And let's
As
do
let your soul
Cleave.
be purged. The other side
Oh.
awakens.
Competence.
I hit the wrong button. I did Blade Dance. And she did kill 2 guys, but she also slashed my own character. But he'll live. Whoops. If I shoot her, the bullet will pass through and hit the dog. We don't want to do that.
I can do that with the right incentive.
No, don't do
I
that. I'm
shall
like, we don't
not
want to do that.
fail.
She's like, I can do that. Alright, there we go. Boss is down. Let's see. I've always been curious about this game. I was wondering, it's kind of like Baldur's Gate like gameplay. Similar. It is a CRPG, classic RPG, which is the same type of game as Baldur's Gate 3. But they had a different sized team making it. So rather than, you know, like movie-looking scenes where people talk to each other, the conversations are mostly in text. But the story is really good. The combat is turn-based. You just saw examples of the combat. And they're very generous with skills. Like you saw, like I have a lot of abilities on my bar, and we're not even max level yet.
This galaxy
is
my playground.
Mercy! The Lady Navigator covers her face with her disfigured scaly hands, each with an extra finger and conjoined phalangeal bones. Her clothes are covered in blood, mostly that of your servants, and several unexploded bolts are sticking out of her chest plate. Rogue traitor, whether on purpose or out of ignorance, you are harboring a monster that is cunningly pretending to be an innocent maid. Spare me, and I, Elena Hateria Orselio, will swear to tell you the whole truth about the madness that is devouring House Orselio like a malignant tumor. Do not let the Regent deceive you with honeyed lies, lest the cursed child ruin your protectorate as well. You see rage and despair in the Lady Navigator's face, but neither is directed at you. So, quick recap. We are on our planet, well, one of our planets. We own a lot of planets. And this is like our citadel. And this lady came in with a procession of other people and attacked us and started this like big rebellion. Like she brought in a whole bunch of guys. And so we just put that down. And we've got some choices here. Your fate will be decided during the trial, Lady Elena. I will hear what you wish to tell me. Thank you for your lenience, rogue traitor. I know this is unusual for a gamer, but heading out today. Have a great stream, everyone. See ya. Alright, so we're back in the throne room. I see they've gotten the blood out of the carpet. The unnaturally bulbous eyes of the Navigator constantly shift between you and Cassia. Black secretions run down her cheeks instead of tears, leaving unsightly streaks. I, Elena Hateria of House Orselio, swear to tell the rogue traitor nothing but the truth. May the God Emperor be my witness. Pathetic. Regent Aranto. Okay, so another recap for those that are here for the first time. We're doing a dogmatic playthrough, which is kind of like lawful stupid. It's very for the Emperor, unless it's a decision that would result in me losing one of my player characters because I want to see their stories. It's a pretty tough love. Regent Aranto, representatives of your house made an attempt on Lady Cassia's life and attacked a rogue trader. Rogue Trader, House Orselio humbly asks for your lenience and forgiveness. We could not even imagine these vile rats would be scurrying among our ranks. As for them sneaking into the Rogue Trader's palace and staging an unthinkable crime, God Emperor be our witness, the accursed renegades seek to spark a feud between our houses. And how do I know your words are not just another trap? We are ready to tell you everything we know so that this misunderstanding can be remedied as quickly as possible. Why are people trying to kill Lady Cassia? Everyone in the house knows the child is the keeper of the one true Starway Atlas, which once belonged to our great navigator Tisiphone Orselio. The ungrateful wretches secretly hated her grace, and when Tisiphone abdicated her responsibilities and set off for parts unknown, they staged a revolt to destroy her successor. Does Cassia really carry Tisiphone's Atlas? We believe it with all our heart. The Novator spent many cycles on the world where the child was born. It is said that everyone who witnessed the miracle of her birth simultaneously departed for a destination known only to the Novator. Tisiphone gave the order and followed them soon after, leaving her precious gift, the Atlas, to Cassia, and therefore marking her as her successor. Hang on, drink of water. Tell me more about the renegades. They are madmen who seek to destroy the centuries-old traditions of our great house, so carefully nurtured by the previous Novator Tisiphone Orselio. They deem the century of her rule a tyranny, and our most sacred relic a curse that must be destroyed. Fools. If the Atlas were to be destroyed, the whole of House Orselio would follow into oblivion. Why do the renegades seek to destroy the house's relic? They dread its power, for only a Novator can fully grasp the mysteries and harness the power of the Starway Atlas. What the renegades call a leash, we call a guiding star. I thought the Emperor was the guiding star. How screwed am I if this is my entry point in the 40k universe? Not very. Introdent, I have a video on this if you are interested. But the one thing I'll point out is there's a lot of tooltips. So it's like, okay, let's say I'm reading this, and I'm like, okay, what is a Novator? I can mouse over it, and it'll tell me. A patriarch or matriarch that rules over a navigator house, the figurative and often biological father or mother of its dynasty. You know, so they are pretty good with tooltips in this, and they explain a lot as you're playing if you wish to read the tooltips. If you already know that information, you can just, you know, not do that. So it's, in my opinion, a pretty solid entry point if you wish to be your entry point. Sorry, doing a lot of talking considering how long I've been awake. Looks like House wait, hold on a sec. I didn't even read the options. What do you know about Cassia's unbridled power? A special gift for a special child. She was born with it and grew up under its influence. The instability sometimes hampered her education, but we learned to prevent most outbursts. As long as the child remains calm and remains in seclusion, the powers cannot take hold of her mind. It looks like House Orselio has fallen on hard times. The regent stays silent and then replies, to call your statement false would be a lie. For many years we managed to maintain the fragile balance within our house, but then the Novator's departure shook the faith of many. The treasury is empty, the navigators are scattered, the warp routes are scrambled, and many of our allies cannot be reached, which is why it is so important to complete the child's education. It is Cassia's duty to take Tisiphone's place and lead the house to prosperity. Such is her great destiny. I have heard enough. The regent acknowledges your words with a nod and waits for you to continue. Execute them. Lady Eleanor, what do you have to say in your defense? I do not know what it is you wish to learn, but I will start from the very beginning. A long time ago, Tisiphone ascended to the throne of Orselio. She was a daring Novator who brought part of the house to the Expanse, hoping to strengthen our position in the Imperium. The house prospered, but Tisiphone was never satisfied. She went mad in her pursuit of power, seeking more influence, more control, and she saw enemies everywhere, even among her loyal followers. Paranoia was slowly driving Tisiphone insane, and one day she created the Starway Atlas, a relic that is implanted in our bodies at birth, a noose around our necks, our gift and our damnation. Tisiphone used the Atlas to control us, subdue our will, and mold our thoughts. If anyone put a toe out of line, she killed them with a glance. At first, many branches of House Orselio tried to resist her tyranny, and Tisiphone cut them down with extreme brutality. For example, the entire Sithala branch was destroyed simply because its leaders asked too many questions about the Atlas and wanted to know the truth about its creation. What else is Tisiphone Orselio guilty of? Tisiphone's madness weakened the dynasty, and not long ago the Novator vanished. Indeed, her loyal followers lie when they say she chose to retire. The truth is that nobody knows the truth. I hope she is rotting away on one of her secret worlds. Elena finishes with a sneer. I understand Tisiphone's transgressions. What does any of that have to do with Lady Cassia? Tisiphone's passed her atlas onto her successor before fleeing the house to a newborn child. We cannot surrender the throne to the tyrant's creature. Tisiphone was cunning and treacherous. She must have hatched her entire plan beforehand. Her disappearance, the child, the transfer of the leash. We feared that one day she would be reborn in Cassia's body, and we could not let that happen. You called Cassia a monster because of Tisiphone's atlas. Largely, yes, but there is more. Have you never felt pure, unadulterated disgust while standing close to her? No? Or perhaps fury or fear. Who but a monster could manipulate the minds and feelings of others, even more so than Tisiphone herself did? Why didn't you attack her before? Why now? Tisiphone always had plenty of opponents, but we were afraid to trust one another. Any of us could be spying for her followers. We saved our strength and dealt the first blow 5 years after the heir was born, striking at one of the estates on Ir Vi. But the girl survived, and Regent Aranto hid her so far away and guarded so thoroughly it took us another 13 years to find her. And then another 2 to get into the Regent's good graces and reach Urek 5. Now Cassia is in the spotlight, and the House Council is about to put her on the throne. Surely there is no better time to cut off the serpent's head. So you admit Regent Aranto was not aware of the assassination attempt? Elena clicks her tongue loudly. Regent Aranto is guilty of mass killings, intimidation, inhuman torture, abetting Tisiphone, and raising her heir. His crimes are many, but this one is not among them. I'd love to see his head on the chopping block, but honor prohibits me from slandering him in a trial before the rogue traitor. I have heard enough. Singer says, man, viewer numbers have crazy changed. Yeah. Well, one, we're still just getting started, and I started the stream later today because I had to catch up on some sleep. And 2, we're not in Guild Wars 2. And 3, the drops thing ended last night. So, the rogue trader now knows about the reagent's atrocities and the girl's corruption. I hope I succeeded in warning you about the danger that lurks at Cassia or Celio. Lady Cassia, you two are an injured party in this. What would you do in my place? If I may speak, so many dirty colors have poured from the mouths of those present, I feel covered in filth from head to toe. I, as the future Novator, want to bleach them, purify them, and let them go. Heed me, I am the one to blame for what happened today, and I accept full responsibility for the actions of my house. Cassia speaks bravely and openly, though her hands are shaking a little. Well, yeah, I could just kill her. Vile wretch! Who do you think you are? Will you now start killing those who have displeased you, as Tisiphone did before you? The fury on Elena's face gives way to desperation when she realizes what she just said. She slowly reaches for the atlas embedded in her chest, looking at Cassia with obvious fear. Hear us, child. This burden is too heavy for you to shoulder alone. You're not yet ready. I implore you to settle this conflict. I offer the rogue trader a 100-year contract with House Urcelio, committing us to charting the shortest and safest routes for the Von Valancius Protectorate within the Coronis Expanse. I will also remain aboard the rogue trader's vessel and assist him until he decides otherwise, or until duty to the house summons me to the Novator's seat. What are you going to do to Lady Elena? The esteemed regent will put Lady Elena and her people in one of our family gauls. She is House Urcelia Navigator, after all. There's no need for our precious blood to be spilt. Lady Elena stares at Cassia incredulously with bulging eyes but remains silent. Her hand restlessly caresses the spot where her atlas is embedded. This is so stupid. Who told you you're needed on my ship? We told her she's needed on my ship. We need a navigator. That was literally a major plot point. Gray Fox says, bit late, but I also reaffirm this game being a really good entry point for folks in a 40k. Self-contained story in the Coronis Expanse, plus you can then read up on first edition 40k. How's Lady Luck this morning? She's doing good. Yeah, she's up and about. She seems to be recovered. Yeah. Thank you for your input, Lady Cassia. I will consider whether I should accept your offer. She nods curtly. So none of this influences your character's leaning, like dogmatic or heretical, stuff like that. It's all just what you want to do. So I think we take the contract. The lady who attacked us ends up in a gaul, which is some kind of punishment block, and we get 100 years of free navigators. He dogmatically. Let's see if what else is under here. I am ready to deliver my judgment. Oh, did I miss my chance? I think I missed my chance to take the offer. Okay, I guess we're already in this section. I find Lady Elena Hataria guilty of the attempted murder of Lady Cassia and the attack on the rogue trader. You call this a fair trial? Ridiculous. Everyone here is rotten to the core. All of you are heretics and madmen. Curse you. Curse you. Oh my god, that's insane. She will make a remarkable servo skull? Yo. Oh. That's one of those little flying heads that delivers mail. Okay, well, this is not the route I planned to do, but alright, we're in it this far. Lady Cassia, I ask you to do your duty as the custodian of the Atlas of House Orselio. I am not sure my Atlas truly is the one that once belonged to her ladyship Tisiphone. What are you saying, child? Isn't that what we, the Great Regent, have taught you since the very day of your birth? Cassia frowns and touches the stone that is heating up under her skin. Even if I wanted to carry out the execution personally, the traitor's artifact is limiting my powers. Elena gives a satisfied chuckle. At least Felix did one thing right. No, I would never. Forgive me, Rogue Trader, but I refuse. I'm a navigator, not an executioner. I didn't even know that was a persuasion chest. Okay. Servo skull? I mean, servitors are, servitors are pretty interesting. I mean, she's just gonna be, like, cleaning toilets and stuff. I think if you make her a servo skull, you get to keep it. Why do I need another servo skull? It's a collectible? Oh my god. Execution. Well, I don't even know how long navigators... This is like 2,000 years imprisonment. Is that just life, or do they live over 2,000 years? God dang it. I wanted the contract. Alright, chat is requesting it for the content. Lady Elena will make a remarkable servo skull. Unthinkable! It would be a disgrace for House Orselio. We urge the Rogue Trader to reconsider this sentence. How is this not a grave insult to the Navis Nobility? Hold on, what are the other options? Oh, dude, what? The servo skull? Okay, I just wanted to revisit. Okay, yeah, this is such a weird conversation. The servo skull and the servitor options both disappeared. Yeah, all right. They played this out kind of weird. All right. Lady Elena will be publicly executed. I will personally carry out the sentence. What an honor. I must give credit where credit is due. At least you bothered to listen to me. Good luck with the monster, Rogue Trader. Just gonna do it right here. We just got the blood out of the carpet. Bonk. Rogue Trader, allow me to ask what a fate awaits the esteemed regent and the other members of my house. Even the person that did the crime said that he had nothing to do with it. Everybody seemed in agreement he had nothing to do with it. I hereby dismiss all charges against Regent Eronto. It pleases us to know that the enemy's schemes failed to harm relations between our dynasties, but tell us what future awaits House Orselio and the Von Valancius Protectorate. Huh. I mean, I'm certainly not feeling very trustworthy for these guys. They show up in a procession and I immediately end up getting attacked. I would like to discuss the Lady Navigator's future. As we said earlier, the child must return to the fold of her house. We hope you'll be gracious enough to acquiesce.